Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Okay, perfect. Great. Let's loosen up a little bit. Great, taking it into front and back. Side to side. Okay, rotating. Good, and then take it to a wave. Okay, reaching up, nice deep breath in. Down, bending the knees. Building the spine, relaxing the head. Curling up. When you're ready to come up into the shoulders.
forwards. The sides. Right. And then take it to the elbows, take them back. Okay, into the hips. Good, change it. Right to the knees. Just a little bit lower. Dropping down. Right. And circles. Change direction. Okay. Loosen out the ankles. And the weight. Gently holding the toes. Back on the side. And the toes. Great. Like 45 degrees. Drop into the hips. A little bit of pressure out with the elbows. So it's like kind of alternating, squeezing the legs here, and then pushing out with the elbows. Squeeze the legs, push out the elbows. And then just hold it at the bottom. Great. Some hands on the knees. sinking in, twisting, dropping the shoulders. Loosen out the legs. Hold in one side. Change. And one more time. Keep dropping down the toes up. Changing over. Stretching my legs back, bring the hands down. Relax the head. Walking the hands out. Reaching through the shoulders. One hand down, reach it up. Changing the other. Great. Walking the feet together. Pressing the palms down. And bend the knees. Coming back up. Okay, perfect. Just taking one leg forward. And the back leg down. Stretching through the back of the leg. Change up. Right, take it into the knee. And stretch into the hip. Good. Change inside. Okay, change sides one more time to the other side, and in this case, the hands on, just twisting the body a little bit. And release it, changing the side. Twist a little bit into the body. You bring the hip knees down, and the hands up, hands to the floor. Just working with the shoulders, so just spreading the shoulders and down. A little like going to press it, but without bending the elbows, just working the shoulder blades, drawing them together, spreading them away. And then arching the back and curling it to the top. Cat-cow. Spreading it to the top. And curling it. Great. Finding the toes and then pressing it and just treading with the feet. And holding it here. Hey, hands coming back up to standing. Good. And just put the shoulders a little bit, just go to the sides. Taking over. Good, change side. Down to the top. And onto the tricep. Right, changing the arm. The tricep. Good, drawing the forearm across the back. And changing. Lace the fingers together. To the shoulders. Great. Okay, linking the wrists, the hands, rolling them out. And into the wrist. Change. 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂. And change. Taking the finger on the top. Good, change. Thank you. Change. And taking the fingers. So. Okay, great shake and now the wrist. Bit here. Rolling the arms. Legs. Good. Whole body. Okay, take a jump. Rena, hello. Hello. A little bit of rotation, so just taking the center, roll in the forearm, keeping it heavy, shoulder down, also relaxing the feet. And changing over. Great, extend it out with the arm. Balancing out the back. Once you extend it out. Changing sides. Good. Take it into a figure of 8, one side. Changing over. Good. And changing the hand each time. Just moving the feet, shifting the weight. Okay, walking with the feet. Good. Keep that movement going. Just play with kind of mobilizing the hands on the jaw, so spreading them out, and also just play with these kind of movements. So the main thing to play with here is think about one hand kind of grasping the jaw, one hand holding the jaw, and the other being kind of free to kind of move around. But just really kind of play with any of these movements, and feel free to kind of change the hand as well on the jaw. So just kind of open it out. A little bit wider movements. Obviously working off the center and letting the hands slide down the weapon. Right. Okay, take it now into a 𝒂𝒗, so just working left side or right side, and just play with changing it again. So change it freely, but that's what kind of quality where you're flowing down the weapon and just settling down into the hand move. Nice, settle, relax as you do it. Yeah, the main thing to look for here is the sense of really grounding the hip work. So this is where the basic training is really useful in a way, because one of the tendencies, what it kind of reveals is also how I'm kind of using the body. So let's see. So if I'm doing something like this, where I kind of get the handwork and then I kind of settle the body. So kind of move, I get the jaw and then boom, and then I settle the body. This is a little bit like when we do Tainenko, there's a sense like I can get here, get the arm work, and then I drop into it. But think about what you're looking for is basically to let the hips sink to the ground here in that motion. So see if you can find that same kind of quality here where you're prioritize the hip work basically and the groundwork here, and just let the jaw work kind of follow that. So you're prioritizing here the groundedness, here, finding the ground. So you're really looking for the base each time. Settling in, and what you don't want to do is kind of separate out the handwork and then try and ground. So keep it slow and really use those moments where you're finding the kamae. Settle, move. Settle, move. Settle, move. That's it. Good. Yeah, right. Just keep those transitions going. Just start to introduce a ski every so often into it. So again, really find the ground and then take it into the movement. And look for a similar kind of sense when you find that ski. You're a little bit more engaged with the body. But find the ground each time as you do it. Good. Okay, which is got one thing, which is the extension. So just play with one idea. You've got this movement here where you've got a close extension to the body. And then when you go into the ski work, just look at this arm. So this arm's kind of close to the body. not the armpits closed, but this is closed. As you go into the ski, this arm's moving further away from the body. So I need to do something in the body which is going to kind of counteract that stretch out of the arm, the movement away from there. But just play with this, just work from here, this feeling. You're going to find this kind of position, a little bit like you would offer in Tainenga. And then just play with changing that position of the arm. So go into like that position. And just notice what the body, if I don't make any adjustment in the body, the upper body starts kind of drag out with it. So kind of pull out. And you'll probably also notice the body starts to tilt away from the back leg. If I kind of do nothing with it. But just look for the sense that as you do that, as you reach the arm out, if I kind of let the body naturally sit in, it's going to start to drop back. That movement of the arm out, it starts to drop, I'll start to drain into the back leg. There's this sense that as you increase the extension out, I also need to kind of increase the feeling down. So it's really easy to feel in this because there's no stress on the body. But just check this that here it's comfortable. I don't really need to make anything. And then when you reach out, just notice what kind of naturally happens to the body. You'll just feel the body kind of drop back. If I'm kind of relaxed, if I allow that movement to happen, it will. But if I kind of block it, so. Now, just notice one thing. So this is especially true with the Jo-𝒊𝒏 because, or weapon work, because you're gripping on as you increase the extension out. So that and that. Just notice now from this position, if I increase the tension in the shoulder and I do it, it's almost impossible to keep the body in balance in this way without tension. So just put a little bit of tension in the shoulder. You can also kind of raise it up, stiffen the arm, and then increase the extent. The body will just automatically get pulled out because this whole line of the structure will just pull it out. It's almost impossible to keep it. And if you do the same thing, keep the focus in the hand. So you've got a center focus like a kokyu or a grip or a fist. But what you want to do is soften the shoulder as you go out. So again, the more I increase the extension out, the more that shoulder needs to stay softened. Because the more I increase tension in it, the more it's going to pull the body out. And then the more I've got to increase tension in the lower body. And the more increased tension in the lower body, the stiffer it makes me. And then the less easy it is for me to move and generate power from the ground. So just play with here again, those two positions. You've relaxed, and then play with kind of coming out into extension. It's the same as if you take it into a kokyu as well. So if I stiffen the shoulder, the body will get pulled out with it, or move away from the ground. Let's play with that idea, kind of softening it. Basically on that same stability that you've got when you're relaxed, when the arms, there's no challenge on the body. That's when you reach out. Just let that kind of happen naturally. So it's kind of easy to feel with the body, but when we're kind of active in the Jo, it's very easy to harden the body and kind of ignore those. Yeah. That's it. There we go. Yeah, good. And then just do the same thing, just go back into the Jo, just working with this position. So this is not easy, it's obviously a bit easier with the bokken. So if you're in that kind of position, then that's really a kind of comfortable position. Jo-𝒊𝒏's a little bit more stretched anyway, and that's why we've got this kind of wider posture, so that the base is wider to kind of support that, where you've got the arms a little bit more extended from the body. And then again, just play with finding the thrust and just look at that kind of extension out again. Again, if I stiffen the shoulder now with that, it's going to pull this whole structure out, and especially now it's going to pull me from the back leg. So I end up all the weight shifting to the front and up to the top. So again, just play with that idea of the first thing is as you go into it, naturally let the body kind of settle in. But especially for us focusing on the back leg, because that's when that kind of structure is going to kind of balance out. So you want that back leg to be really grounded. So just play with both sides so that you're just settling the body into the ground, not letting it be pulled up.
Thank you, Mike. See you
Right,
later.
Ella. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Great. And then again, take it now to the grid and the focus on the kind of snap into the grid. But again, really focusing on the shoulders releasing. So if you take this into a kind of taijutsu set, if you imagine like a Morotodori grid, if you imagine I start the movement like this straight away with the shoulder rolled out, this movement then becomes impossible. This whole part of the body is basically stiff. And any movement I make is going to basically take me out of balance. So that sense that here you drop the shoulders in. So spreading the shoulders, but keeping that focus in the hand, but not allowing that focus to stiffen the shoulders up. And especially here with the Jo, also the sense that the shoulders want to roll to the front with this movement. So really think about that tight grip, but let the shoulders spread to the back. That to that. And at the same time, keep that sense of grounding the body in the back leg, especially. That to that. That's it. That's it. Good. Yeah. Okay, great. Take this now into a 𝒑𝒂𝒿. So you can do left or right, but the easier one is starting with the left. So you've got that movement again. Find that focus, find that connection. But again, shoulders soften and then just take that movement in. You're taking it straight into that 𝒂𝒿. And you're looking for that smooth transition. And if I'm kind of locked out or I'm unbalanced, this is going to go into kind of stiffness and also shortness in terms of movement. So look for kind of lengthening of the body. Do you find that top position? One, and then into the 𝒂𝒂𝒿. Rounding the body at the strike. Yeah, so you might find with this position, just watch this. It's also the knee problem. So we'll talk about this a little bit on the seminar, but just watch this. I've got this position. Now, if I do this move as a straight pass through, and I have this thing like I don't move the foot, then the knee's going into that kind of position. This is a really hard position for the knees kind of hold. So you're kind of rotating to that hip and then that kind of position. So with the 𝒂𝒿, it's not really a forward movement. So you've got this position. Follow that release of the knee, and you go into this movement here. So it's more of a strike to the side than an advancing in. You can obviously advance with it, but you don't want to go straight in here because if you can do that, but I need to adjust the foot. And there's a few cases in kata where we're kind of adjusting the front foot, but with the 𝒂𝒿, you don't need to do it. So from here, just think about settling into that back foot, and then this step is here. There to there. But you definitely don't want to start kind of twisting against the knee in this phase. Not only for the knee, but also for the grounding. So I need that leg to be, I need to be kind of sitting into that leg and letting the hip drop into that structure. But if I'm going this way into it, that's impossible, really impossible structure for the leg to hold. So just play with it. You also just do this really on the spot.
Mike, can you?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry, can you do that to straight to the camera so that I can see what your feet are doing, please? Thank you.
Oh, we go here. So you've got that position here, and then from here, that position. So this Aikido tends to be going around the strike. So the strike's coming in, and I'm going around it, striking off that way.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
We've got that. Oh,
And Michael, I presume in the fifth 𝒍𝒊𝒏𝒈, part of the reason for drawing back and up is to bring your foot back and put it into alignment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you also got that movement's more like a handming as well. So you've got like that, which is more like 𝒑𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒄, and then this, you see that position where the foot's going narrow position, yeah, and the foot's kind of switching back to that position, which gives me the ability to then pass forward with it. So yeah, and that's also like if you see in the 31 or these kind of katas there, I find that position, I adjust the handming and then I'm traveling straight into it that way. And the higher guy's got a little bit of a different pattern in terms of feet, where I'm not making that adjustment. That's it. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's it.
Michael, how about the left side? The left side,
Yeah.
you don't change your left hand, just go to the side.
Yeah, and this one you just take this into a yoke. So you've got by going the right, and then I just take this up here and change it.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the movement we do at the end of the 31 kata, right? So 30, 31. So you've got like 30, 31 coming over to a yoke in that way. Yeah, and I just keep the hand that way, let it slide down.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Right,
So Michael, can you do the other side one facing the camera as well, please?
Sure. So you've got this, and then this.
Okay.
Again, but that's also not a stepping because it's not I don't need to bridge that gap stepping into it this way. Because that's useless if you think about the kata, the 31 or the kumijo, the person's coming in to strike and I just go around and I strike, finish that way. So that's also not a kind of step, straight step. We'll just work on one section of the 31. We kind of got into it. Just look at the last section. So from the point where you've got the two skis coming in. So you're looking at 24, 25, 26. So you've got this position. We'll do this both sides, but we'll start with the left side first. It's kind of the familiar side. So you've got 1, 2. You close the body out, small, short hammy, and then you're rolling back wide into the block, thrusting high. Rolling back over the head. You've got that thrust then, and then the strike on the left side. That's it. So we'll just go to that side, and then we'll switch it. Yep, there. 2, draw back, small hammy, and then wide for the block. Exploding into the strike, rolling back up in the hips. Got the thrust, and finish. Great, give it a try. Just that last section of the 31. Hello. Right. Okay, we'll try the same on the other side. So you're starting right side hand. This one. You've got the same 1, 2, dropping back, pull the hand together, and then you widen out for the block to the back, thrust up to the top, roll back, ski. Hi guys, different. This time on the right. Start. Yeah, sorry, right side. Roll back in to the block. Right up to the top. Release it. Hi guys. Great, last 30 seconds or so. Just take the side you feel kind of most comfortable with and just work with it a little bit more flexibly. So my advice for this is take it slow, but also kind of de-emphasize the strikes with it a little bit. So you're focusing on the grounding in the feet. That kind of flexibility in the feet here. So kind of drop the power a little bit, or the focus with the strikes, and just go to that area of grounding, but staying flexible. A bit slow. And you start to gradually, once I've got the base to it, I can start to add the strikes into it, or the focus back into it with a little bit more power.
Thank you. Someone at the door, so I'll
Okay, John, great.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye. Last few. Okay, great, very good. We will allow it. Great. どうもありがとうございます。
どうも
どうもありがとうご
あ
ざいまし
りがとう
た。
Great, thank you very much. Here we go.
Thank you.